2, Part 3 sa scope, nakalagay na po doon yung operations only conducted in the identified MILF communities or areas. I will direct the question to OPAP. Meron po kayo bang listahan ng mga areas, MILF communities and MILF areas?
Your Honor, there are the identified, 6 councils were identified under the previous administration, but with regard the operating guidelines in the implementation of the ceasefire mechanisms, the areas are recognized on the basis of the dominance or the dominant presence of MILF.
Yung mga sabano po, kasama pa sa listahan na yan?
Yes, Your Honor, because the 105th of the BIA.
Mr. Chair, would like to ask from OPAP the list of those areas. Kasi nga po, kung hindi maliwanag yung areas, hindi rin maging maliwanag yan sa mga operating troops on the ground.
So, Your Honor, the BF commands are pretty well defined, and this is one of these areas. It is in fact the AFP, not OPAP. It is AFP that tells us where these are.
Kayo po ang negotiating panel po ang nagkaroon ng negotiation with MILF. So kayo pong nag-decide kung saang area po ito sa community.
Yung agreement to set up a coordinating mechanism is done with the panels, pero yung nauupo dun sa technically working out the details and the mechanisms are done with the members of the GPH, CCCH and the GPH AJAG, which are composed of AFP and PNP personnel. The head of the CCCH, General Galvez at this time, and the head of AJAG, General Orense, are both here. Your Honor, the ceasefire mechanisms work without needing permission or guidance from OPAP because the mechanisms themselves are set up and are staffed by people from the AFP and the PNP, primarily AFP, and they do not need to get our permission or approval on how this works on the ground because they are properly the ones competent to act in this matter.
In that case, Mr. Chair, I would like to ask the Armed Forces, the Chief of Staff and the PNP, whether you have this list at alam niyo po specifically kung alin itong mga areas na ito because we need coordination. It's very hard to coordinate on areas that we don't know. I ask the AFP and the PNP.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, we have the list. We have a list and it's with General Galvez.
Can we ask specifically kung ang mga sapano po ay kasama po?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Your Honor. General Carlito Galvez, the chairman of the CCCH. The 105th Brigade covers the Mama Sapano area and the Seripagwang area.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My next question is, I will direct the question to ANJAC and CCCH. Do you agree that Commander Ombragato is the former commander of 105th Base Command of the MILF?
Yes, sir.
And do you confirm also that the bulk of the BIFF came from the 105th Base Command?
Yes, sir.
So, may I ask if we consider the BIFF as criminal elements?
Yes, sir.
So in that case, meron bang responsibility ang MILF na i-flush out ang criminal elements kasama ang BIFF from their areas?
Yes, sir.
My next question was here, are you aware of the true relationship of the MILF and the BIFF, especially in that area, in Magdalo?
Yes, sir. Organizationally, sir, yes, sir. But we don't know the blood relationship of some of the BIFF and the MILF as of now.
Then we have to ask the armed forces because they have the intelligence units operating in that area. We have to know the true relationship between the MILF and BIFF. Kasi mamaya nagpapaalam tayo sa MILF mag-ooperate tayo against the BIFF, and yet, hindi naman pala sila magkaiba. We have to confirm that.
Sir, I will make my statement. Basically, during the time that Umbrakato doesn't want already to I think November 11, 2011, Umbrakato was already expelled from the MILF, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. But I have reports. I received reports since last year. The combined training and combined activities of the MILF and BIFF, and that includes the improvised explosive device training, military refresher training, sniper training, combat capability, and even in social activities, they are together. We have to confirm this, Mr. Chair, because we have an agreement, existing peace agreement with MILF, and it is the responsibility to flush out criminal elements in their area. But we are receiving reports that they are operating, coordinating, and in fact, even if the BIFF is engaged with the military, the MILF is reinforcing. So we have to know that, and I believe the armed forces has that information. Mr. Chair, I have to ask the armed forces if they have these intelligence holdings on that information.
1 minute. You have 1 minute. Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, we have reports that out of the 41 trainings as of 2014, only 2 were directly related to the police force. 15 were basic military training, and 14 were refresher training.
Mr. Chair, your relationship, combined training between the MILF and the BIFF, that we should know, Mr. Chair.
We will comply, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Last point, sir.
Last question.
Last point,
Please. Based on our coordination with the other, we don't have any reported training, sir. Actually, we have joint operations that have been conducted. Especially, it cannot be revealed, considering that the life of also of our MILF is at stake, because they are living on the same community. But I myself, we are involved on that operation, and we cannot reveal this because the life of the MILF members who are working with us will also be at stake because they are also near the community of the BIFF.
I'm a last point, Mr. Chair. I understand na limitado po yung oras natin. Ang next po ay
Last
question, Mr. Chair. Is the armed forces aware of the continuous military training and recruitment of the MILF? Not only in their areas, but in several provinces like Maguindanao, Lanao del Sur, Lanao del Norte, Sotang-Cotaran, Sarangani, Zamboanga Peninsula, Basilan, Sulu, North Cotabato. Are you aware of the continuous military training? It is not about political recruitment. Military training, because, Mr. Chair, meron po tayong existing peace agreement, and I would like to ask whether the continuous recruitment and strengthening of their forces is not in violation of the ceasefire agreement, because they're using the lull time and beefing up their forces. So I would like to clarify, Mr. Chair, if they have the information of the continuous military training. And since last year, and remember, sir, I receive reports every month they have training, and we should ask also the resources that they're using in the training. So, your answer, sir.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, indeed, we have monitored some training in Sulu province. And we'll try to verify in other areas if there are also training in other provinces.
Mr. Chair, last point, kaya ko po ito tinatanong dahil itong lull time na wala pong operation ang ating AFP against MILF because of the peace agreement. They're using this as an excuse to conduct several military trainings, sniping, improvised explosive device, training, refresher training, at meron pong hindi lang po doon sa kanilang area, in different areas. Hindi po ba ito kasama sa violation ng ceasefire agreement? At nare-receive natin ang report that they're conducting training in preparation for any eventuality that the Bangsamoro Basic Law is not passed. So we have to know that, kasi natatali yung kamay natin to conduct military operations against these activities because of the ceasefire agreement.
Certainly, Your Honor, if they are strengthening military capacities and preparing for attacks, that is certainly a violation of the peace agreement. But I think this is for verification. I trust very much our security forces that they are on the ground. We are receiving proper intelligence. I trust the capacity of the AFP on the ground to know exactly what is going on here. And as far as I know, and I continue to receive this up to this present time, receive the report of the security forces for me is that no training on the level that you are talking about, with the intention that you are mentioning is happening. But your honors, it is not OPAC that does this intelligence work. The intelligence work is conducted by the intelligence forces of the security forces of the Philippines, of the state. And I trust that, Your Honor. And if there is such other information coming from other such sources, I hope they will be given properly to our intelligence forces.
Thank you, Secretary Dennis. The next to ask question is Congressman Magdalo.